friend of yours that, and the friend, what the friend does, she earns more than the guy. Yes. So as a man, how do you deal with a woman who earns more than you? And then looking at it, because we were taught as men that we are the providers of the family. We must be men. So when I looked at it, I said a man is consisting of 5 major parts in a woman's life, in a family life.
Yeah.
The first one is you are said to be a provider again. The second one relates to your power to protect. And then the third one relates to you loving in the how like love in the family.
Yeah, you should love. Yeah.
Yes. And then the fourth one relates to
Rumukas.
Yeah.
the fourth one relates to yes, you as a man with the just power. We are expected to just have that power in a family to make the rules, being the head of the family kind of thing. Okay, we won't even mention the fifth one. I want to break down these 4 parts. So, agree, financially, you are a provider, and this role is taken away from you.
Yeah, because she earns more.
She earns more.
But why is it a problem?
Because a man must.
Like my question is, is it because of the society? That's what
It's because of society. We are expected. So we don't know how to deal with a woman who earns more. Because here in leadership, in order for you to lead, you think that you need the financial strength.
Yeah, definitely.
You have to be the protector. You have to be, loving of the family. So if one of these fall off, what happens?
I don't think like you would have that much love.
So the
You lose
power,
it,
yes, your power to control things in the
Mm-hmm.
house gets limited because you are not the main provider.
Yeah.
So you can't just say, this month this is what we're going to do, and that is final. Because, well, the owner of the cash can say otherwise.
Yeah.
And then how are you going to feel about that as a man?
I think less of a
Useless.
Yeah, less of a man, useless. You're going to and it's not a problem that the woman can earn more than you. Actually, to some, it might even be a gift.
I'm feeling that you guys are intimidated.
Tell us your point.
There's nothing wrong with saying I'm earning more than you, because you guys, there's this thing you're good team. Hi, but say the money, you're taking about the porna, it's about already there's that notion, obviously, if a woman earns higher or if a woman is more intelligent, there's that notion like there's a notion.
That is because a man, the masculine man, in his leadership style, it does not give you the choice to argue back. You just get told.
Okay.
This is the rules. You come back here at this time, you do this, you do this. The kids must bath at this time.
Okay.
So the rules are made by the one with the cash. I agree that is the masculinity thinking.
Yeah.
So how will you so if the money is not there, what happens to the leadership? If that was your style of leading, being the authority of the house, the Almighty, and now the Almighty has a shortfall. There's a space where he cannot meet the standards. So simply, we just have to change how a man thinks,
Okay.
how a man leads the house.
Okay.
And if we can change how a man leaves the house, then we solve the problem. Because we say you cannot argue with me because I am the man of the house. Even if she's making a great argument, we want to take it as if she must not come up with a good idea because I said this and this must go because
Because I said so. Yeah.
And I said this is no notion that is democratic at all.
Yeah.
Especially for a person who also has power. Because financial power can bring the protection that you want.
Okay.
And when you go out, you can also look for another love.
Okay.
Somewhere else, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the woman is not confined to you anymore.
Okay.
Because she is a free woman.
Okay.
And that's where things get interesting.
Okay.
Because a free woman, like you were saying, a free woman is what is hard. You can't control you, because we want to make sure that you are suppressed. You know,
Okay.
So without our powers to suppress you, how do we deal with you?
Exactly. The how part really.
That is where a man has to learn how to lead in a democratic way. You give options, you give choices.
Okay.
You communicate. It's a communication thing. You talk to her, she must talk back. What do you think about this? If there's a problem in the house, you just don't rush and want to solve it your way. It's a sit-down type of thing, and sometimes you know that you will lose. Your arguments may not be worthy, and you must learn to accept that. It must go on the basis of logic. Which one works best? Otherwise, you as a man will suffer. Your manhood will suffer.
A lot.
And once that suffers, the tantrums begin.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense.
Frustrations.
Yeah.
Fights.
Yeah.
So,
And to show that this is a problem with the money and the lack of power when it comes to money, it's when a person, at some point, the person will clearly say it out loud. Just because these days you earn more than me, you forgot where we come from. Before you even became this, you forgot I'm the one who paid for your school fees.
you are who you are
Because
of me.
once you start hearing that, that is where the frustration is.
Yeah,
Because there is, the person has lost some sort of control in that family. And they don't know how to get it back.
Mary control, we cannot control the
You can control people.
Njani?
If
Because
you
I'm not
are,
understanding Guti. The only thing that you can control, it's a phone, it's a machine, it's a car
And
you can
it's you.
control. You understand? But now I cannot be controlled.
when I can control you,
Njani? Now I can control me. Yeah, when I can control it. Hey.
but however, if I have the resources,
Okay.
I
That
control
you need,
everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
That she needs, yeah.
I control everything, how it goes, how it comes, everything.
No, I'm not like the word control for me, man. Like in a little witchcrafting, man. I feel as though like when you control something,
The
like
thing is,
when like an object, and you can't control a human
a
being.
woman becomes objectified from the moment of lobola.
Okay.
Neta, yeah.
So I pay for an object. Like
I'm not.
you are not, yes,
Okay.
but
Okay. Go on.
I
Okay.
paid
Yeah,
for you.
yeah.
You paid for me.
What did I do?
Okay. Go on. Go on.
So
Can are we not developing iloganji family kanti?
but
Are we not uniting two
Where does the
families?
money go?
Are we not uniting two families?
if we are uniting, then
It's one-sided.
it's one-sided. As you said.
Okay, I'm listening. Okay.
Because we can clearly claim that if your family says that, okay, we're charging you 100K because we sent it to school, we did this, we did
Get up, love.
Lee, no, my family did the same thing.
Exactly, yeah. What about us?
What about
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
But the concept of buying, once you buy something, you own it. And if you own
Owning
something,
thing kahle kahle.
if you own something, what happens? You control it.
Okay, go on.
So, Mama, that is not the point.
Okay, I
of
get you. I get you.
But in the mind of the guy who paid,
Oh, okay.
in the mind of the guy who
That's my
paid,
product, yeah.
that is how it comes to him. the frustration, even if in the beginning the agreement is not very high, I understand it.
Sure, family thing.
Yes, however, as it goes, when a man feels like he's starting to lose control, that comes out. I paid. Yeah.
Ne?
It comes out.
Okay. Mara, you said something interesting. You said a woman becomes objectified the minute there's lobola.
Because before then you can do whatever you want. You can quit the relationship in the
Anytime
middle. You can just.
Interesting. Okay.
But the moment that I pay lobola, your family, as it is, although they may not say it, they even expect you to do what I might.
Exactly, isn't it?
Even when they're trying to teach you how to behave when you get to my house, they'll tell you that I am the man of the house, and when I make a decision, you should do what? You should follow.
Follow the leader.
So even if he's wrong, even if
Again.
Submission,
exactly, you are being taught to submit.
Submit to what?
That's the thing.
I'm not going to submit.
Bullshit.
I'm not going to submit. So, I'm not submitting. I'm not submitting under bullshit. I'm not.
It's authority.
What authority? What kind of authority? What kind of authority?
You chose your husband, right?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Remember, marriage is not by force, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
So hence you are bound to submit.
Sure.
You
Okay.
can caution the issue of submission, of course,
Sure.
but the authority is the authority of your husband. Yeah. And you've taken a decision that I will be the wife.
Yeah.
Sure.
This
I
man.
will submit to
Sure.
this.
It's intentional.
Yeah.
Ne?
Yeah.
But the trick is when modernization comes,
Sure.
where submission is no longer a necessary aspect of the woman.
Sure.
We have a thing called 50-50.
Sure.
It started way back, and now, in every marriage, women have been freed because they understand their powers now. That in any time, if I feel like whatever authority that is trying to give me a rule and I do not agree with it, I can just bounce.
Definitely.
And if I bounce, I can even find my own yard. While back then, women could not even own a yard. You were not allowed to own land because you were not a man. So those changes, the freedom, then makes the man weak. Yeah, because now the man does not have the incentives that he used to have in order to become the man of the house.
Okay.
Today a man becomes a passenger and then
So would we say Ugote, based on those dynamics, it created this thing we call toxic masculinity because of men are power, are control, and it gives birth to this toxic masculinity.
You can say that.
Okay.
But toxic masculinity is not just because of you being in a relationship.
Sure.
It's the whole teachings of what being a man is about.
Okay.
It comes deep from the streets.
Sure.
As we learn from our brothers.
School of life.
Yeah. As we learn from everyone, this is what it means to be a man. If that girl doesn't respect you, mushap.
Sure. Sure.
So you learn all of this, and by the time that you are at a matured phase and you are starting a life with someone, and this is it, you still have the same notions of this is what it means to be a man. And when you realize that this woman does not agree with
what you say.
with what I am, with what a man is according to me, you start having problems.
Sure.
And it creates issues.
A lot of issues. Because now it means that there must be a sitting down and negotiations as to what does it mean for you if you say I am your husband.
Yeah.
And what does it mean for me if I say you are my wife?
Sure.
So that has to happen. People have to talk about that. And that argument will then bring out what you expect from me and what I expect from you.
Sure.
But at the same time, if what you expect from me is not logical, then we argue about it and we brush it up until there is something that we can use. But without that conversation,
Without it,
there's no
balance.
there's no balance. And even if, because the other thing is, the moment, people can be in a good relationship, but the moment that they get married, things change
Sure.
drastically. The woman is no longer allowed. Let's say we used to go out every Friday.
Yeah.
And the moment we get married, I'm like, "Ay, wena salamu."
You're my wife.
Yeah.
Mara angisi property yako, angisi property yako. Even ufuna uhamba uzohamba. If yangishiya nami ngiyahamba. Nami ngiyahamba nami. If you go out, nami I want to go out with my friends.
So that is
In our house.
So that's
It's a
where-
partnership. In our house.
Yeah.
In our house.
The only thing that feminism failed to address is the issue of love. If feminism can address the issue of love,
Yes.
then I can entertain other things,
Okay.
because there is a structure.
Sure.
I understand my role as a husband, and my wife should understand their role.
Sure.
And
As
with that, they will live in harmony.
As
Sure.
culturally prescribed.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So now I understand where feminism comes,
Sure.
because they want to address the issue that what men can do, women are also capable of doing that.
Yeah. Sure.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Gender equity.
It's the problem.
Sure.
But why do they fail to address the issue of love?
Okay.
Because that's where the power is.
Okay.
If we need to make progress in this regard, we need to address the issue of love.
Because lobola still holds the chain to cultural prescription,
Okay.
whether we want to admit it or not.
Sure.
It holds the chain. It pulls it. It pulls cultural prescription with it everywhere it goes. So you cannot be fully emancipated until you reach that space where lobola is addressed, as he says. Because as a guy, the moment that lobola is brought up, the only thing that comes into mind is cultural prescription.
Obviously,
Culturally,
yeah,
they expect this. But again, culturally, a woman is expected to behave like this and to do this and this.
Yeah. Ish. And they are connected.
They are connected.
Very much.
So, in order to remove something, we need to
We
really.
need to lose. Yeah.
We can't take certain parts out of a puzzle and still expect it to be full.
Yeah.
We can't. If we are dismantling something, we remove also the foundations.
As well, yeah.
But if you look at now, that's what's happening. They're just removing or
Certain-
changing certain parts, because things are changing, As you can look at Lobola now, it's not like Lobola Kale. Because Lobola Kale, we're talking about land, cows, And so today,
That was the currency then,
Yeah.
and the currency has changed.
I know it has changed. Yeah.
But the principle is the same.
But what I'm talking about is that what are you offering Mwanare? Where is she gonna live? Okay. What land do you have where you farm in that? Okay.
That's so good.
Exactly. So today is a different story.
What can you offer us?
Yeah, because capitalism has also killed in.
Yeah.
You must appreciate the reality. Capitalism also killed in.
And the other thing that lobola does, which I've always thought is something we need to address as the youth, is it is making sure that we don't see our kids.
Yeah.
Many men can't see their kids because of just that, and they did want to be part of that life, but because of the lack of that, not and when you look at it, what is the percentage of unemployment at the moment?
You?
It's very high. Where will the guy get the money that you are expecting?
To add on that, comrade, let's take it further. I think even in the marriage setting, it also plays a role towards gender-based violence.
Yes.
Because if I'll pay 80K, you know, and I come back from work.
Hey, whoa.
No, but I'm not
The main purpose of Lobola was that we
Uniting two families.
So where does that thing of saying our child has these qualifications? You see, so why bring those up if we say we?
And also the charging of a specific amount and not even faltering. It doesn't matter what argument you come with from your side. If this is what we want. We don't care if you go get a loan and our child with you live in poverty. As long as you have given us what we asking.
That's up to you.
No, Mara.
And you come back from work, your house is still a mess. It's not there.
I'm not your maid, Mara.
Cultural prescription.
It's connected.
And it's worse when the price is high.
Mara, I think you have a point.
It's what is saying, comrade. I know, here. Basically, I was given away.
That is where the relationship comes from.
Okay.
The reasonable pricing, that is where that relationship we're talking about comes in. Because the other thing is, as a woman, let's say you work again.
Sure.
I pay 80K.
Sure.
But still they expect something at your home.
Each and every month you have to.
Do you think that the man will be happy with that after paying you?
100 million. But now I don't know. I don't know. I feel as though maybe our parents, Angas, they had their own pricing range or whatever. But what I'm learning now currently through the church, good thing. It's about uniting two families. And I believe maybe our parents now they need to be educated. Because of serious, like you can't charge me 100,000 because of school. As you said, now you went to school, Nana, we are equal, we are becoming one. So I'm about 10 million, but now you are educated as well. Like for me, I don't know, even our parents, they need to be educated.
Because you were groomed to be sold.
Yeah.
Groomed to be sold. No, it's true.
A girl child. It's true. A girl child is groomed to be married. Everything they do, you need to conduct yourself in the particular manner because you'll be someone's wife.
That's why we
are not groomed to think about starting a business, about empowering yourself, having those are the things that you get mostly in your family.
This is very wrong. That's a wrong.
Instead of getting questions, when will you get employed? And most of the things are targeted towards your femininity. When are you getting children? When are you getting married? When are you showing us?
You know that thing. But at her age, we ask, whose daughter is this? Then after certain age, we ask, whose wife is this? You know.
Whose mother is this?
Whose mother is this?
Oh, Mara, this is very
That's
wrong.
why when you women, when if you reach around 35 without getting married,
it's a
you
concern.
ask yourself questions. It's a concern.
And it also does the same damage to the woman.
Yeah.
Because Liana, she starts questioning herself.
That's socialization.
Isn't it, you call it what? Grooming, don't know, 10 konje?
Being groomed to be sold.
It's wrong, that ain't wrong, man.
Cannot the book.
And that is why in my culture, a person will say, no, I have 5 girl kids and 1 guy. No, I'm fine. I know that with these 5.
I have profit.
Well, with these 5, I know.
I'm covered for life.
I'll be good. Because this one, now I groom him so that he can go and pay to someone else. But these ones, people will be bringing in the cash to me.
Ish.
So imagine being groomed to be sold. And the truth is, we don't want to accept it as that.
Ne?
And
But
that's the reality.
yeah, this is the reality. Because it hurts, you know, that your father actually was doing everything while writing down for Mr. Skolo. Yeah, and I did this and I did this,
And
so that he can use that one day to increase
No,
your
at
level of
times,
Compensate.
this is being done unconsciously. Our parents are not fully aware of what they're doing.
Yes.
Ne?
Because they've been
And the
socialized.
harm, yeah. The harm that is
So
there.
we need to bring about awareness on those issues. And maybe they will reflect and change how they do things. You know.
Ne?
I don't think the parents, that's where the change must start.
No, it's not with me.
With us,
as
with
a
us, ne?
reformed father.
Yeah.
You know, I treat my daughter differently. You know, and it starts from there.
Yeah.
I already
That's
said
where the
to my girlfriend that our kids, the girl kids,
Mm.
I am not going to charge anyone anything, you know.
Yeah.
A price for my kids.
Yeah.
No, they're my kids. If something happens, they must come back home.
Eh,
I don't want them to be stuck with a person who even feels like for you to live, I must kill you because I'll be losing.
on my investment,
Yeah.
on my money. Yeah.
And that's very powerful because when you come from a culture that is very, that follows this culture,
Let's start with you.
when yourself, you like, for me, no.
Because
I'm not accepting
you cannot interfere in your father's house.
I can't.
But you
That is-
can, you have power in your house. You have
In my house, I have power.
Ne? Ish.
So that my kids, when they go out free.
Sure.
When they interact free.
Free.
When they feel that whatever is happening in that other side is too much for them,
Hi.
Oh.
they
Cut.
know where to cut.
Cut. Going back
Because
home.
sometimes, even if it's not free as free, but you can say 6,000.
Yeah.
Exactly.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that is just for
Formalities.
formalities.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
We know that our people, our ancestors, and they need such things.
Yeah.
They've never said they need
10 million.
10 million.
Amarakazi nothing apparent bangas ba wounded or angazi man something
That
is
is
wrong.
how they were groomed.
It's wrong,
And
Bafetti.
they are not aware that they were consumed by capitalism.
Ne?
It was about profit.
Exactly, ne?
Because if you really look at it, we as boy kids, we are groomed to come back and support the family.
Go back.
Yeah. We've been groomed to say,
Go to,
as you grow up, my child, so that you can take care of me. We are not groomed to say, grow up and be something.
Exactly.
Grow up and go out and build something. Grow up and take care of me. And when I die, and you have your own kids, they will be growing to take care of you. And with whatever you are left with after I died, you will start to build your own thing.
Ish, ne?
And that mentality alone already shows
But it's dominant in the black community. Kahle kahle, mawuthi uyachecka kahle kahle.
it's very dominant.
You don't have
It's
no
very
leaders
dominant.
in
That I have a boy child. When this one, when he grows,
Ehe.
yeah, kitopop.
Ish.
If he becomes a doctor, that is the mother saying all of that.
But you know,
Hence
Father
the black
saying,
tax kahle kahle. Hence nabo they're too relaxed because bayazi ukuthi no man. This one makakhulu uyanginakekela. Abenzi next. Amnangeke.
Not really. We can discuss the issue of black tax on another platform.
Yeah,
Okay.
Because
Okay.
we tend to, I don't know.
to over criticize it, I think. Some points of it actually.
Not over
even with
criticize, but to
culture,
distort
there are some
it.
points
Okay.
during
Yeah,
So
to distort it. Because for me, I believe I have a responsibility
Sure.
to make sure that my family
Sure.
is taken care
Taken
of.
care of.
Sure.
Because we are doing the same at church.
Sure.
We are making sure that
Tithe,
the pastor
tithe,
is
offering.
taken good care. But we forget about our
Tithe,
parents.
offering, yeah, sure.
Why don't we call that tithe and those offerings pastor's tax?
Sure.
But when you take care of your parents,
Sure.
you call it the black tax.
Sure.
But it's for another platform, comrade.
Hey, I
You're right,
exactly.
for
Another
another
platform.
platform,
Yeah, sure.
Because like you're saying, we look at it. The thing is, it should be something that you as a person choose to do
Yeah.
than something that feels forced upon you.
Yeah.
Because the moment something is forced upon you, it starts to affect you mentally. And once you're affected mentally as a person, just your whole life, your whole mental health, it's not okay. You're not in a very good platform.
Sometimes, comrade, it's not forced, but I think the environment you find yourself
In-
makes it difficult. Because,
Exactly.
for example, some of us, we are trust fund kids. You know, I don't have to build my father a house.
Exactly.
And you are from, Makai, you see. You need to start from the beginning. You need
Exactly.
to first sort your parents. And already you feel this pressure
Yeah.
that my friends are driving.
Exactly.
So that is difficult.
Exactly.
And it's painful.
Exactly.
And that is why it's important to accept who you are,
Yeah.
where you come from, and be intentional again about where you want to go. And be realistic.
Sure.
Because you cannot aim as high as a guy who comes from a trust fund pocket.
Sure.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because you build and say, okay, now as I'm building backwards.
Yeah.
Ish. And you're not getting any younger, and as you said, pressure and
Building backwards. But make sure that you invest in your kids now so that
Yeah.
they must build forward.
Sure.
Because
If possible, they should be transparent kids.
yeah. So that is how you shape your mentality now, that I don't have to have it all.
Yeah.
I accept my position. I don't have to have it all. Let me make sure that this is right, and these kids now that are here are right, so that they don't have to start
Ish.
backwards.
Powerful. Powerful. Ish.
Yeah.
Ne?
So without that acceptance, because many times we struggle with life because we can't accept where we are and where we come from. We want to jump stages. And once you try to jump stages, it will pull you back. Life will just pull you back,
Sure.
and you find yourself on the ground. You find yourself in debt, and
To take his mother back to the original platform,
Exactly.
the wife or the girlfriend that choose comrade
Exactly.
is important.
very much, very
Because you
much.
can be optimistic about life and ambitious, but if you get a woman who doesn't build you up, she will tear you down.
Chief.
Because these guys, they have so much influence. But even if it's not direct,
Yeah,
they
it's
have
too much.
so much influence.
It's too much. It's too much.
Ne?
It's like
Let's.
the importance of a woman. It cannot be understated. A woman is important in a man's life,
So much.
and a woman is able to change how you think, how you see things. And a woman is a huge influencer
In a man's life.
in a man's life. For a part of it, I think, is because they were groomed to be that, to be soft, so that they can be able to get in.
No, naturally. They are like that. It comes to them naturally. When they have kids, naturally they're able to take care of the baby and just be a strong, powerful mother and raise this little boy without, the help of the father or anything like that.
So we really need to because the woman, it doesn't matter, even if you don't want to do something, even if you say, I disagree with, the woman will get you there until you agree. you can say that, man, I don't think buying a house now is a good idea because we don't have the money, we don't have this. But the woman will get you there. Yeah, let's do it.
We're building the house.
Yeah, the woman will get you there. And in many cases, a woman is a good influencer.
Yeah, no. Look.
A woman is a good influencer. Because as guys, we're carefree. Yeah, we're carefree. If you look at a guy who is single and look at the apartment that he lives in, it's different from
The guy who is
the partner. Even if they don't have the keys, matter the space already is bigger. The way that the space is decorated tells you that. And the good thing is, you as the guy are proud of what you're looking at. When you get there, wow, okay. I didn't know that Vele the red curtains could do. Yeah. And when we were choosing the gray ones, and she wanted the red ones.
Now I think like a problem comes in when like, you know, I listen to my wife sharp. But night proud. So if I go to my friends, you know, Majida, those ones, you know what, now I feel like so and then
School of life. What's school of life?
You're weak, bro.
No, but this is KT's comrade is not your department.
Yeah, it's your
Why are you involved with KT?
exactly.
You ask me, why are you involved with KT?
Yeah.
Cause like you're saying now, we like when you're negotiating with the woman, in that part of negotiating, the roles of what you as the man is expected to do in the house must be clear. And the roles of what you expect the woman to do in the house must be clear. Otherwise, it's all for nothing.
Powerful. Amen. Amen.
Because one thing, one thing that I've learned about this now is that if we're not comrade, you know how to cook. The moment you take a wife, you don't want to cook anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know how to cook.
You feel good to
No. It's also about the gender roles, the cultural gender roles.
Okay.
But what if when you don't know how to cook?
If I was
I'll have patience, comrade on you. Even if you cook crab, I'll enjoy your food. I'm your husband.
No, it goes back to what you said. Very important, the woman you choose. You know?
Yeah, but the cooking is the problem, comrade. That's why I'll go out with you, eat pap now. And I get home, I eat again. That's why we have these airbags here. The challenge that we have.
But I don't know, you know, when you talk about this, it brings back that thing. Ask you some sort of shit.
And that's where the problem starts.
And I don't know, I just feel like that, you know.
No, you're not
right
going
now,
to
I'm a tools, I play with her and,
No,
and I
you do those
enjoy
things,
that.
comrade.
But I told her, love you.
You want?
If we get
No, you
his,
cook, but you don't cook every day, comrade.
That's
Your
the
meals
thing.
become so special.
Yeah, that's the
And
thing.
they celebrate
That
with
is the
me.
thing. That is where
I'm
you
wrong,
agree.
and then you
No,
couldn't
no. That is
No,
where you
we're not saying
agree
it's
on the
right.
gender roles.
Okay.
Who is doing what, how? Because already when you come in the marriage with the expectations that you'll be the cooker, but when you get here, a part of you cannot cook. So we must negotiate.
Testimony as yeah.
Can you cook, comrade?
No, you know what happened? No, I think you have a point. You know what?
Because
I dated this other guy, ne? Like, umfazi ayi-one. Like, we are clean into zonke izinto. So ngifila ngathi what's my role here?
Yes.
Kahle ngisayaphi kahle.
And
Like,
some
come
guys are
on.
dangerous.
Ngisayaphi khona la.
Because you get there, comrade, you just leave your shoes anyhow.
Yeah.
Karen.
Ah, vele observe ndaye hla kusesibengena mole.
You Karen.
Yeah.
I can clean, I can cook, I can do most of the things. Mara, my cleaning happens once in a while. My cooking, even if I'm not alone, all of these things happens once in a while. So when you come into my life, you get in, you find Hore, my shoes are there. You come and say, no, I don't like them there. I know that they must not be there.
Yeah.
But you come, this is put here. And that is how it goes. Like with with my girlfriend, we'll be fighting for like for example, when she opens things, she doesn't close. Like she just put the lid on like this. You know, it's not screwed in. When I open things, after I'm done with whatever I'm doing, I must close it tight as it was and put it. So the fight was, okay. She will say, "Oh, the apparatach more."
Yeah.
And I say, "You leave things open.
It's,
What is the compromise? If you find my clothes everywhere, take them to the thing. If I find your things open,
Close
I'll
them.
come and close them. And I won't complain to you, you don't complain to me.
Sure.
We all have our roles. Everyone
Sure.
is happy. And ever since then, everyone is happy.
And then I feel like I told her that.
Yeah.
So at least when we get there, she knows.
But that might, because she'll know also that you know how to cook. She will want, it depends also, if she works. If she works.
I told her.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's sort of like hashing out things before. It's sort of
Doesn't
like
always,
counseling.
it doesn't always work like that.
So now you know, Hore. You will not expect me to do this. And
There's
that and that.
something called renegotiations.
yeah, renegotiation.
Terms have to be written. After a while, things change. How we behave, where
No,
we
you know,
live, where.
We're
she
cutting
works-
this
if she
Kelly
works,
show.
then-
The show is ending because of
no problem.
our.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
But yeah, I really enjoyed the topic so much, and I wish that we can maybe someday plan a second session or so
Nah.
to actually continue, because I think the listeners, when they're listening to this podcast, it's gonna be a very interesting topic for them.
Hey, Mara,
Because it's
very
something that, you know,
dragging.
mostly abakhulumi ngayo nje right here, so
Yeah.
especially topic it's editorial. So I really love us to have another session for it.
Sure.
To sit
Yeah,
down.
let's do it.
Sure.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Brings a tele photo maybe with everyone so that
Oh.
I can actually edit them.
Iya, guy, darling.
Yeah?
Iya, guy.
I will get your permission.